Okay, let's start with setting up our environment. Generally for web application testing, we need three things. One, a browser, which is going to be the Firefox, then a proxy, that's going to be the Burp suite, and the target application. The target in this case is going to be the webcode from the OWASP, because it's specifically designed for web application testing or learning web application testing. And for the whole course, I'm going to use the Kali Linux because I like to work with Linux and with clean environments. But you don't have to. Everything runs on Windows or on Mac. I just prefer Kali. And I'm going to need to install a Tomcat server on Kali so that I can deploy the webcode in the Tomcat server. I suggest you to download the webcode and Kali now and resume this video if you're ready with that. Okay, I hope you managed to download both Kali and the webcode. I hope also you could also install Kali in a virtual machine. That's how I'm gonna use it, and I think that's the easiest way. I'm not gonna show it now how to do that, so I hope you can do it yourself. Okay, so let's start with the installation. I have my Kali here, and as I said, we need to install a Tomcat server, which is pretty easy. You just say apt get install Tomcat 6, enter. Okay, now we need to deploy the webcode in the Tomcat, which we are going to do by simply moving the webcode war file to the war lib Tomcat 6 web apps. This is the place where Tomcat stores all the deployed applications, and we're gonna call it webcode.war because this way the URL is gonna be simpler. Alright, so it's moved to the correct place, and we can start Tomcat now. Service Tomcat start. Okay, so let's go check in Iceweasel whether that works. Oh, and there's a imported trick which I'm gonna use. Firefox sometimes, if you work with localhost, it replaces the word localhost in the URL to www.localhost.com, and it's really annoying. So you can turn it off, and that's what I'm gonna do now. So we go to the about config page and we search for alternate, yeah. Browser fixup alternate enabled. So we're gonna turn that off. Okay, that's fine. Then we go to localhost port 8080 /webcode/attack. That's where the application is gonna run. And it's actually working, just the users are not yet set. To set up the users, you will have to come to this webcode download page on Google Code, and under the wiki there is a frequently asked questions page. So you come here and you scroll down a little bit, and here you can see an XML, and this is the Tomcat users XML file. So you copy these user data and you come here to the etc Tomcat 6 folder, And first I'm gonna make a backup of the Tomcat users.xml dot backup, and then I'm gonna create a new one, Tomcat users.xml, and I'm gonna insert that XML here. You probably need to make it a bit nicer because sometimes it doesn't work if the XML is somehow wrong. And now I restart the Tomcat. Okay, let's see whether it worked. Yes, and now you try to log in with guest, and it seems it works. Actually, if you come here, you see that there are 4 users defined: webcode, basic, Tomcat, and guest. For us, the guest is the important one because that's what we are using for the test. And yeah, so webcode is installed now. Now you can go and start your Burp suite, which is under Kali Linux Web Applications, Web Application Proxies, Burp suite. Yeah, and this is your Burp suite. This is what we're gonna learn. So the only important thing right now is there is a proxy tab. Under the options, you see that the Burp suite is trying to listen on the same port as the Tomcat, and that's gonna not work out. So we need to change that. Let's say 8000, and it's on the loopback interface. And now you can click on running. So what happens here is that you have your browser, and your browser wants to go through a proxy, and then the proxy connects to the target. The way that should work out, you also need to tell your browser that you want to use a proxy. You can either do it in the preferences. If you come here to advanced network settings, you can set up your proxy configuration here, but I have a much better solution for that, and that's the Foxy proxy. It's a Firefox add-on. Yeah. Install now. Restart Firefox. Yes, and here there's a new icon for you. And if you right click on it, then you see that you can choose from a list of proxies, but it's not set yet. So you can just click with left click, and then you say add the new proxy. We're gonna call it Burp suite, and it's on localhost and port 8000. Yeah. Close. Now if you right click on it, then you see Burp suite, and that's what we're gonna wanna use. So I try to, let's go back to Burp suite. and then go to the HTTP history. It's now empty because there was no traffic through the proxy until just now. And let's try to reload the webcode. You already see that something happened at the Burp suite. And what happened is that the connection was intercepted, and now I can forward this request, and you see that here is your request and here is the response. So that shows that now whatever we do here in the browser, that's going to go through our intercepting proxy. So that's all about the environment setup. And now we start actually learning something.